Hello and welcome back to Alice Talks Football. Manchester United played Leipzig in the Champions League on Wednesday after winning their first game away against PSG. We've got our second hardest game, which is Leipzig at home. Now, Leipzig won their first game, we won our first game, so whoever wins this game, or even if we get a point out of this game, we'll be looking in a somewhat comfortable position considering we are in the hardest group. And today's video is my match preview for the Manchester United versus Leipzig game, where I talk about 5 things I expect to see. I always start with my predicted lineup, then I talk about ways we could play, things to watch out for, advantages or disadvantages we might have, and my predicted scoreline and more. So make sure you hit that like button and subscribe down below, and also feel free to share this video with your friends. Now, obviously I'm going to start with my predicted lineup, but I think right now, as I said in my last 5 things to expect video, which was the Chelsea game, it's very hard to kind of predict what lineup Manchester United are going with, because I think we've got quite a lot of depth almost in midfield in a weird way. Obviously we probably do need a new CDM, but it's like you've got Van der Beek, Mata, Bruno, Pogba, Fred, McTominay and Matic he could all go with, and realistically he's going to choose 3 of them. You know, we've got 2 good left backs now, 2 and Xavi's and Cruz the centre back partnership, so it is a really hard thing to predict. But in goal, I think he'll go with David De Gea. He's been excellent the last few games. I do want to see Dean Henderson get a few more games, but, you know, there's no reason to drop De Gea. Aaron Wan-Bissaka right back, that's probably the most obvious one. Centre-back, I've gone with Axel Tuanzebe Xavi because I think how good he was against PSG. He got a little bit of a rest against Chelsea. And I think you've got to pay him at the back because, you know, Maguire's lack of pace. Put Tuanzebe next to him, maybe Maguire will look better. I've gone with him picking Maguire over Lindelof because Ole seems to favour Maguire. I think it's a little bit annoying because I think Lindelof actually over the last year has been a better centre-back than Maguire. And I'm starting to believe that Lindelof is a better player than Maguire other than but that is my unpopular opinion. But I think Ole will go with Maguire. And left back I've gone with Alex Tellers. I think he'll give Luke Shaw a rest because Luke Shaw's an injury prone player and he needs a bit of a rest. And I think Alex Tellers has obviously got Champions League experience. He played very well against PSG. He has a bit more pace to the defence, and he had a break versus Chelsea, so he's going to have more energy going into the game. And, you know, we've got quite a few games, so fitness is still important considering we are quite in the start of the season as well. Now in the CDM role, I think, you know, McTominay and Fred have played a lot lately, and part of me thinks, do I put Fred in there? Because Fred's a player that just can play every week and be fine. I think Fred, in terms of fitness, is one of our best players. But I've gone with Matic, and I've gone with next is Van der Beek. Because I think Ole has to start Van der Beek. Because Van der Beek is better than a lot of the players that are playing against Chelsea. Van der Beek, whenever he's played, has been good. Van der Beek has been better than Pogba this season. He had more of an impact. And he deserves a start in a big game like this. So I've gone with Van der Beek. But there's a part of me that thinks Ole will play Pogba, because I think Ole has this thing. And also with Maguire, he'll always play Maguire because he's his main centre-back, his most expensive one, even if Lindelof and Bayer have been better. But I think Pogba's that player that Ole doesn't really like to leave out. Maybe that's just me. But I think he needs to go with Van der Beek. Bruno Fernandes has got to play, he's the main man in our team. He's the player that holds the team together. Rashford on the left, Martial up top, Greenwood on the right, meaning we'll have Cavani on the bench and Pogba on the bench. And probably Mata, who can make a little bit of an impact, but again, if we had Jadon Sancho coming off the bench, you know, it would have been much better. But that is my predicted lineup. The second thing I expect to see is a win be very important, so Ole actually play for a win and not a draw. I think versus Chelsea, Ole almost played for a draw until like the last half an hour, until we saw where the game was going, that Lampard was playing for a draw and parking of us. I think Ole's got to play for a win because, one, we haven't won a home game this season. We need to win a home game to almost build momentum, make us more confident, just, you know, build something off. I think Manchester United are a momentum team. We build off wins, we gain off wins, we gain confidence. We're a confidence momentum team. And 2, if we beat Leipzig, we took 3 points off Leipzig and PSG, who are realistically our biggest rivals to get out of the group. You know, people are saying Leipzig and PSG will go through, and I actually think PSG are a better team than Leipzig, so we can beat PSG away, we can beat Leipzig at home. And I think Ole knows that we actually have a better team than Leipzig, just Leipzig are very well organised, well put together, and I think Ole's got to go for the win. About this a little bit more in my 5th point, but Leipzig aren't really the type of team you sit back and you counter-attack because they're very quick at the back. But I think Ole's got to go and win this game, not only for the home win, but if we win this game, we're going to be very comfortable. You know, 6 points against Leipzig and PSG 2 games in, you think, really? 1 win versus Istanbul and 9 points is probably enough to get you through the group. So this is a big, big game. And I think, you know, a win would be very important here. Which brings me to my 3rd point, which I touched upon in my 1st point, is Van der Beek has to start. I'm sorry, if Van der Beek doesn't start, I'm actually going to be annoyed. We've brought this player and he's sitting on the bench looking all depressed. You know, the more we keep him on the bench, it's just going to knock his confidence. You know, we could ruin this player, and he's actually one of the best, most intelligent young players out there, and we do not want to ruin this player. He has been better than Paul Pogba. He is better than Dan James. Imagine sitting there seeing Dan James just keep running into the same players. And he's better than Mata because he's quicker. He's got to play. He came on versus Newcastle. In 10 minutes, we scored 3 goals. He kept the ball in for the corner versus Brighton. The corner led to a penalty, led to a goal. He came on versus Crystal Palace, he scored. He got an assist, I think, versus Luton. Whenever he's played, he's done well. He's always had an impact on a goal. You know, and put Donny van de Beek with Bruno Fernandes, because we've seen when Donny and Bruno play together, it's like, the connection is like, it's better than Bruno and Mata, because Donny's younger, fresher. He's improved Mata. So Donny van de Beek, for me, has got to play. A fourth point I want to talk about, and this is a potential strength, is take advantage of set pieces, Maguire-Telles crossing. Now, I believe that Telles and Maguire will both start, and we saw against PSG, Telles has some nice crossing. Maguire has a big head. The reason we spent 80 million on Maguire was for set pieces, and I think, you know, Leipzig are a very tough game. This is going to be a tough, tight game. It's going to be hard to beat Leipzig, but I think set pieces are going to be really important, because if we can take advantage of those set pieces, we can get goals. Telles puts a few deliveries in, because McTominay pretty much won every header versus PSG. You know, Telles can put good deliveries in, Maguire does his job, we could get maybe a set piece goal, and a set piece goal could be the difference. And I think, you know, we've got to take advantage of set pieces. We've got Bruno Fernandes, Rashford takes the odd good free kick, Pogba can take the odd good free kick, Alex Telles, Juan Mata might even play. That's 5 players now that actually can take set pieces. So I think we've really got to take advantage of set pieces in this game. Especially considering we do have a lot of height in Matic, Maguire, Lindelof, Tuanzebe. You know, even McTominay if he plays, Pogba if he plays. Bruno Fernandes isn't too small. You know, Martial wins a few headers. He scored one versus PSG. Yeah, an own goal, but you know. Okay, the 5th and final point is I'm going to predict Manchester United to win 2-0. However, we're going to have to watch out for Leipzig's pacey centre-backs. Now, I've predicted us to win 2-0. But my prediction could change depending on the lineup Ole puts out. If Ole puts out a very defensive lineup or a similar lineup to the one he put out versus Chelsea, I don't think we will win. Because Leipzig are a team that I feel like, as I mentioned earlier, we've got to attack them. If we sit back deep against Leipzig, our chances of getting on the counter-attack. And yeah, that's good. We're good on the counter-attack. We're quick on the ball. But Konaté, Upamecano, they're all very quick centre-backs. Like, Leipzig have a very quick back line, so it's actually quite hard to catch them out on the back. And Leipzig are a good organised team. You know, they're probably one of the best organised teams out there. So I think, you know, I think we'll win 2-0 because I'm always going to back Manchester United. No matter the game, I'm going to say we're going to win or draw. I'm going to be confident. You know, the PSG win has given me some confidence going into this game. I think we were the better team than Chelsea. I've got some confidence about Manchester United. So I do think we will win. I think we'll win 2-0. However, if we put out a weakened lineup or we approach the game in the wrong way, then I feel like we might not win. Because Leipzig are a very good team. It's going to be a tough game. You know, they're well organised. They're going to be quite hard to break down. So that's why we, again, need to play attacking football. And that's why I think Van der Beek and Bruno have got to play together. I actually did a video on different ways Bruno and Van der Beek can play together. So feel free to check that out after this video. And if you haven't already, please hit the like button, subscribe down below, share this video with friends. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.